This is my review of the GOOLOO Air Inflator. So here's a quick look at the device itself. It's pretty long and skinny. It's not too big. It's got some feet on the bottom, and it's meant to stand like this, which I think is kind of partly okay, but I do find it is a little bit unstable, especially when you have it plugged into something. It's more likely to kind of fall over. It'd probably be more stable if it had like feet on the bottom, and you could just kind of put it down like that. If you do that, you'll probably end up like scratching the bottom. And it does have a big screen here, and again, if this falls over, there's nothing sort of protruding above it to protect it, so it's just going to get scratched up, which is could have been a bit better designed. One nice thing about it, compared to many of the inflators that I've seen, it has a quick connect, so you can just like put that on and tighten it up. You don't have to like push this in and then screw the end, which I find extremely tedious to do. So I do like this one much better, except I didn't find that, like I have other ones of these as well, I didn't find that this ended up having a strong enough connection with the adapters. So for example, it comes with this little adapter for Presta valves. So that would be required for like my mountain bike, or most fancier bike tires. So when I was using this, I could only get my tire to about 30 psi, and it just wasn't tight enough seal, and then too much air leaked out, so I couldn't actually use this, unfortunately. However, I did try it without an adapter on my vehicle, and then it had sort of no problem when it was put on there directly. I was able to inflate my tires, so I'm not entirely sure what the problem was there. So it does come with a few accessories. It comes with like that Presta valve that I showed you, one for maybe inflating like a beach ball, although I wouldn't recommend it. It's pretty slow. It's not like really meant for low pressure things, so it would take a while, but you could inflate like a volleyball or basketball or something like that. It's got the extra head for it, and it does come with a little case inside the box, and additionally a USB charger, and thankfully it does the USB-C and not the legacy micro USB for charging. Turning it on, just a long press on the power bar. It's kind of nice here. It has like a real battery level, so obviously 4 bars means it's completely full, 1 bar 25% or less. So that's really nice to see, so you won't be sort of caught off guard running out of power. It has a light function controlled by this button here, so you can kind of see the light on the top. You can kind of like cycle it through different things, from like constantly on to like flashing. It's reasonably bright. It works pretty good. You can also use it as a battery pack by plugging in your device here. But it looks like there's this USB-C that's only for charging. Unfortunately, you can't actually use that to use this as a battery pack, only the USB-A. And in terms of other functions, you can turn up and down the pressure. And then there's a bunch of presets here that you can kind of cycle through by pressing this button. And it's kind of weird, like it'll go through like PSI and bar for some presets and not others. So if you're familiar with like say PSI, like I am, I usually use that for my bike tires and car tires. You're just gonna have to cycle through until you get this, and then it defaults to 45. And then like say my bike, I usually do a little bit lower, like maybe around 40. And my car is 36, so if you just hold that down, it will set the expected pressure that you want, and then on the bottom, it will keep on going up until it hits this pressure and then automatically shut off. So that is pretty handy. But one thing that really annoyed me is there's no memory function. So as you're running around, doing your car tires or something, it will automatically shut off, which normally is a good thing. But when it does and you turn it back on again, it forgets its state. It always goes back down to this default, which means you're going to have to kind of go through all the settings again and set it up. So kind of wish it did have a memory, and I've used other ones that do, because it's so much more convenient. So when I was blowing up my car tires and my bike tires, I didn't time it or anything, but I've had a few of these over the years, and I would say it seemed about average. Like I didn't have a stopwatch or anything, but it seemed to take about as much time as some of my other ones. Although this does claim that it'll do higher pressure, up to 160 psi, so it's maybe a bit better for road bikes and such things, which require a higher psi. But I didn't test that out because I don't have anything that requires that much pressure. Oh, and one more thing I wish it had is it doesn't have like a little pocket or anything on the side here for you to put the accessories in. I have seen that on some other ones. I mean, it does come with this bag. I guess you could just kind of like throw it in the bottom and let it sort of, float in the bottom. But I mean, I find that a lot less convenient than if I could just sort of store it on the unit and I wouldn't have to worry about losing them. So in summary, I think it's, reasonably good. It gets the job done. I love the fact that there is a quick connector. It's kind of nice that the display is a little bit larger. A lot of these will just show either the set pressure or the current pressure, but not both. So it's nice that you can see both of them. It's nice to have the battery meter on there. Again, what I didn't like about it, this didn't have a tight enough fit with the Presto valve to blow up my bike tire. So that was kind of a bit of a deal breaker there. And I kind of wish that there was something to protect this screen, because I find when I have it blowing something up, this is sort of stiff, this thing gets knocked over a lot, and it's just going to kind of scratch up the base. So there you have it. There's my review of the GOOLOO air inflator.